Hey beloved, welcome or welcome back to my corner of the interwebs. My name is Sally. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found me. Thank you for clicking my video and joining me on my corner of the interwebs. Hello from my new space. I know if you follow me on IG, you know what the deal is. I moved out. One of my 2023 goals for the year. So yeah, I got my own space. It's been a blessing. It's been wow. Wait. But that's another video, right? In this video, I know I'm just moving on so quickly. Follow me on IG to get the tea and the juice of other things of that there. So yeah, everything is in the description box below. Yeah, let's get into this video. So where do I start with this one? Because I'm not sure if I gave this information in my Lamu vlog. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I gave this information, but I think I did. This year, 2023, I decided to do a Daniel fast. And if you're not familiar with that, a Daniel fast is based off Daniel, the book of Daniel, where he and his three friends were taken into the word in my head is custody, but that's not the word. Into slavery in Babylon. So yeah, the story is about how they were captured and were taken into slavery, and then there was selected few of the people who were supposed to serve in the king's court, and their minder was like, when they give them food, they're like, nah, us will do water and veggies, test us for 10 days. If it doesn't work, then do what you will, but if it does, yes, we just eat. You can go read the story. So basically that's what the Daniel fast is all about. It's fasting from meat when it comes to food, yeah. Fasting from meat, dairies, sugar, chocolate, wheat, yeah, basically things that please the body, right? And just doing grain, veggies, and water. Basically, that's in terms of food. But the other part of the Daniel fast is about prayer, because Daniel is one of the characters in the Bible that was so into prayer. Like, he prayed 3 times a day, he fasted frequently. So it's about prayer and fasting, right? It's taking your body away from things and just focusing on your work with God. So that's what I decided to do for the first 10 days of 2023. In this video, here's what I learned. In this video, that's what I'm going to talk about. Here's what I learned. I learned that you need to plan for it. I didn't plan for this. I said I was just going to do it and then hopped into it. I did a little research on to just understand what the Daniel fast was, and that's basically like what I needed to fast from, right? But that's just about it. I didn't plan. Well, I kind of sort of planned the prayers, but I didn't plan the major things. You get? I didn't plan my meals. I didn't plan my prayer sessions, like the times I needed to pray. I didn't plan what I was going to do for the rest of the day. You get? So plan for your fast. It might be the Daniel or the Esther, whatever fast it is that you're taking, but plan for it. For the Daniel fast especially, you need to plan for your meals, because there's a lot of things that you're taking off the table. And then me being here in my country, I didn't realize how boring vegetarian meals can get. It can get boring. It can get boring. You can eat also much rice and beans every day, you get. But I also wanted to spruce up my meals and also not go hungry for a major part of the day because I couldn't find something or an alternative to eat, right? And for the 10 days, I was focused more on the food. I realized I was focusing more on the food in the time I needed to eat rather than sitting still and listening to what God had for me. So, am I going to do the fast again? Yes. At some point I will, but I need to plan better for it, especially for the meals, right? Another thing that I learned is, see, the devil is working. You guys, the moment I decided to do this thing, it's like those weapons that are forming decided to form in the high speed and started, coming against me, because I felt like, wow, I felt like things were not working. I felt like I was doing things wrong. I felt like there was a lot of negativity, but I quickly, thank goodness, I quickly realized that's the devil trying to throw me off the fast. You get? That's him, and it goes in line with my third point, temptation. That's him trying to now throw everything at you to make you not do this fast, to make you change your mind about why you are doing this in the first place. You get? So all the things that I was winning myself off of are now enticing. They look good. They are easily accessible. They are affordable, And I was like, what? You mean? You get? Which I'm glad it happened, because now it made me draw closer to God, because I'm like, hey, God, here, if you don't do something, I'm trying to be strong, but I need you to come down and fix this, because so temptation also was a big thing for me, because I love meat. I am a religious meat eater. And it didn't help that we're starting the new year, and that last week I was home for the holidays, and there was a bash, and there was a lot of meat. There was a lot of meat, guys. There was a lot of meat. A whole cow was butchered. So you can imagine, all the kinds of meats that were prepared, and I couldn't eat. I could not eat any of that meat coming into the fast, because wow. I was so proud of myself, by the way. I was so proud of myself resisting temptation. And so there's that. Meat was in plenty. It easily accessible to me. Yogurt, chocolate. I have a sweet tooth. Cake. Those things that I wouldn't regularly get, all of a sudden were presented to me. Were accessible, not even presented, they were accessible to me very easily. I learned how to resist temptation. I can say that boldly and confidently. I learned how to resist temptation, which made me exercise that muscle a little bit more, because I didn't realize how hard it was, and I didn't realize how I needed God more when it comes to temptation. And it was not just because I'm resisting food. Now it became temptation for other things, because those other physical things that I was resisting from, because I needed to work with God on. But that's another video. Yeah. Okay, the fourth thing that I learned about this fast is, as the days kept going on, because like the first maybe 3-4 days, I was doing everything. I felt like I was doing things wrong. I felt like, is this how you fast? Are you supposed to fast like this? Is this supposed to be a holiday thing? Goes back to my first point about planning for it, I felt like I was doing things wrong. But as the days progressed, I got into a routine of how I wanted to do things, how I felt like the fast was going, how God was leading me to do the fast, right? But I also learned something. In my prayer, I had a list. I still have it. Is that past tense? Present continuous. I have a list of the things that I was seeking God for. I was seeking clarity. I was seeking for answered prayers. I was seeking for God to move in those particular areas of my life. And every day I was praying for, this is what I need. This is what do I do here? All those answers, basically answers, right? So I learned that, okay, I need to change my battery. My battery is flashing. So give me 1 sec. And we're back. Great. What was I saying? The fourth thing that I learned is, as I got into the routine of things and how God was leading me to do this fast, right? And I was praying for these things. And I don't know why I had it in my head that I pray today and then tomorrow it's going to happen. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I assumed it was going to happen. I really can't tell you. But I had that in my mind. I had like, if I pray today, tomorrow, the prayer is going to be answered. And I had to learn to very quickly. Or rather, God spoke to me and showed me very quickly that, you know what? There are some things that I can be praying for that are not an immediate need right now. They're not an immediate need, that they're not actually bad, because the Bible clearly says, ask and you shall receive whatever your heart desires. But God knows what's best, And I had this list of things and I don't know why I assumed that these things, okay, 10 days, good, I pray. Day 11, things now are starting to work, And I was drawn to someone on social media. I forget who it is, but I follow a lot of content, faith-based content on social media, and that, I think I felt like God was speaking to me through that person that was saying, not all prayer, God has 3 answers: yes, no, and wait. So I have to understand which is the yes, which is the no, and which is the wait. I think I've said that also before on this channel, and it came to a realization for me as I was doing this fast. There are some prayers that won't be answered immediately, and there are some prayers that will, because two of my prayers in my list got answered after I did the fast, right? And I'm still now waiting on God for the rest. I'm loving that I can now check things off. I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, check things off. Like, it makes God look like a genie, but that's not the thing. You get? And I didn't want that, because now I think there's a bonus point of what also I learned is my walk with God is going to be different this year. I've realized that I've been doing things so oblivious, or so, I wouldn't say that they're wrong, but they're just misguided. They're misguided. And the fast helped me learn that there are times that I just need to be still and sitting in the silence of His presence and just hear what He has to say and where He's leading me to. And that's something that I'm learning every day. Yeah, so those are the things that I learned during the Daniel fast. And I am seeing God work in not the ways I wanted, but in the way He's planned and in the way His will has designed it. So now it's your turn. Hit the comment section down below and tell me, have you ever fasted before? How was your experience? And what are some of the prayers God is answering for you this year? Yeah, I'd like to know in the comment. Let's have a conversation. Give me this a thumbs up. That's what I wanted to say. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out my channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.